Hey guys, Evan here, but who cares? We're talking about Bit.Trip Void, the third installment from Gaijin Games. This old school retro arcade style asteroid meets Snake meets Pong meets house music. House music. And it's certainly a awesome game to check out if you guys are in a casual mood. Not a very complex game, but definitely worth checking out. Let's get right into it. We start this game out with a little intro here. It kind of explains the premise of the game. As your shape gets larger, you get more dominant and more points and good stuff. And you take over the other little shapes, I guess. We'll get into it and you'll figure out kind of the mechanics, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so you start as this little black dot. And you move around and you dance around to the music. Make sure you don't get the white dots because those will eliminate your spree, kind of like in Snake, how you get larger and larger and larger and more points you get. The longer the spree you have, the more points you accumulate. So you see here, when I get to a certain size and I can't get any larger without hitting any white spots, I press spacebar, and that saves my spree. It saves my amount of points that I just scored. So like right there, I hit spacebar because I was about to hit a white block, and then that saves my my points that you could see in the back. See, they're increasing, and the word super is flying up. So I'm doing something right. So the idea is to get the longest spree possible and get as many points as possible by the end of this round, and then you can break your high score. So let's just check out some of the gameplay here. Doing well. It gets harder and harder as the levels go on. I've only managed to get to the third level. It gets extremely intense by the third level. And in case you hear any typing going on, don't worry, it's the other video producers, Zach and Rob, hard at work this Monday morning. So excuse the other typing in the background. So far this level is going pretty well. I'm doing pretty well, but I think I start screwing up soon. It gets a little more difficult coming up. This level is almost over. I think that was the first one I missed. So I'm doing pretty good in this map. Super. Oh yeah. All right, well, let's check out round 2. So here we are at round 2. There's power-ups that come flying at you. They start on level 2. See, this power-up is called Repellent, and what it does is it strays the white dots away from you, so it makes it slightly easier to avoid the white, but still it doesn't really help very much. I just got hit there early in this. See, it gets harder and harder as the game goes on. The angles of which the dots come from off the screen are more complex and difficult. I still am trying to figure out what the background has to do with the game, besides telling you how you're doing and your spree. You see the plus 20 flashing and the super, but I'm wondering if the shapes and the changing background has something to do with making the music and making the beat. As you can see, it's getting much more difficult in this round. Faster. And here comes this giant wall, and since they're giving me the chance to get a repellent power up here, this will save me. If I didn't say I got the repellent power up, see, if I didn't have the repellent power up right here, I would not be able to get out of this wall, and I'd be caught and stuck. See, I don't know how anyone would get past this part. This is just what. This is like way advanced for even asteroids. It's okay. It's not that bad. Okay, so here comes some new shapes they're introducing, and I think with new shapes and new tones comes new melodies to add to the beat that you're creating. As far as the later in the game goes, I'm not sure what new melodies are created. I've only gone to level 3. If you get past level 3, let me know in the comments because it's kind of difficult. Okay, so this area is like the music shuts off, and I think it's like when your lives are running low, you're given at least 3 or 4 lives during in match, and when you hit too many white, when you start to hit too many white, you lose, and then you have 1 life. So I've survived so far. I haven't hit the home screen yet, but I think it's coming soon. It gets more and more difficult. Here's a tough part. See, I'm hitting whites all over the place, and then when you hit a white, obviously it restarts your spree, so you have to start over and you lose points. And then when you die, you lose all your points. You have to start from 0 again. So here's the checkpoint. I did pretty well in this one. It seems my mega is doing pretty well with 50,000. My black 24,400. White negative 15,000. That's every time I hit a white, and definitely not perfect. That's a big 0. Plus 1 credit. You also get a bonus point. Okay, so let's check out this third round here. It gets even more difficult. New shapes are introduced. New black. More complex structures and melodies are going to start occurring. As you can see, it's getting more difficult. Black is getting flying around. The white is everywhere. What can you do? In this third one, they introduce another power-up or ability for your black dot to help you. It's called Vortex, and it's coming up pretty soon. It'll give you the ability to suck all the black dots towards you. Here it comes. So that's the ability it throws at you if you're in the right place. If you miss the ability, you're going to have a really tough time with this level. But make sure you hit the space bar before the circle gets too big and you hit the white. So here comes all kinds of complex. See, you might recognize this structure from the first level, but it was much more simpler. There wasn't a large white block flying at you. So as throughout the game, it seems they're reusing original elements, but increasingly making the difficulty harder. And as you can see, it gets more and more difficult as the levels go on. Well, that's my Bit.Trip Void highlight. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for more of these gameplay videos. This is Evan from Curse, but who cares? Thanks for watching. Enjoy the game.